What we have here, guys, is express this in the form k root 2. You can see quite clearly that none of these are in root 2. So you press root 50. Root 50 is 5 root 2. So if you want to put down some workings, you can say 5 root 2. The second one's root 200, which is 10 root 2. And then finally root 98. And root 98 is 7 root 2. Add them all together. 5 of them plus 7 of them is 12 of them. 12 of them minus 10 of them, 2 of them. 2 root 2 is the answer. So the answer for k is 2. Do you understand? It's 2 root 2 and equals k root 2. K is 2. Yes? Sorry, I didn't actually quite always read the fine print. It actually wants k squared, not k. So k squared equals 2 squared, k squared equals 4. Make sure you actually answered. This one here, guys. It says area of a triangle. What is the area of a triangle? On a really basic level, if I said that's 10 up, 10 across, 8 up, how do you get the area of that triangle? Half the base multiplied by the height. Okay. Therefore, a more complicated question should be no different. Do you got that? So I have 5 plus root 2 multiplied by 3 minus root 2. Once again, I can just go over here and go, okay, a half, and then, a half, and then type in what's there. 5 plus root 2, and then 3 minus root 2. Okay, and then close it up. And I get 13 minus 2 over root 2. Now that's interesting, right? So let me show you this here. 13 minus 2 root 2 all over 2. Now, it's not exactly what I wanted, is it? Look at what it wants me to portray it as something like this. Is there any fractions in this one? There's nothing on the bottom. Okay. Now it does say AB element Q. What does AB element Q mean? It can actually be a fraction, but it's not the same structure. It doesn't look anything like that one. So I have a problem. So here's what I suggest we do. If I said this to you guys, 5 halves plus 7 halves, what would you tell me the answer? Sorry, we'll go for a different number. 5 over 3 plus 2 over 3. What would you tell me the answer is? Now, I'm allowed to combine them into one fraction, haven't I? And add the top together like that. Everybody agreed? So I can do the reverse. I can split them up into 2 separate fractions. So I'm gonna do that with this one here. So look what happens. I'm gonna change it to 13 over 2 minus 2 root 2 over 2. Is that right? So it's 13 over 2 for the first one, and then 2 root 2 divided by 2, and it's just root 2. What does that mean about our answer? It means the a value is over 2. It's allowed to be a fraction. That's what q means. And then what does it mean about the b value? It's minus 1 root 2, which is, b value is minus 1. Okay, so there's a trick there. Okay? Minus anything. Minus root 5. That's 1 root 5. As opposed to minus 2 root 5. We just don't have to write down the 1. Remember that? Minus x is the same thing as minus 1x. So you don't have to write down the 1. The minus 1, I mean. Is that right? Now, 17, Pythagoras' theorem, right? Calculate the letter square of side x equals, the area of the square. Is that right? So that's just x squared equals 8. Remember what I said, how do you get the area of a square? Length multiplied by, what is your length? What's your width? That's x times x, x squared. What happens when you bring the squared over the other side? It's sort of, you square root both sides, yeah? And then you get root a, and this took about 2 seconds yesterday. The answer is 2 root 2. Okay, good with that. 18, Pythagoras' theorem. Square this one. Root k squared equals the longest side squared equals your two sides squared and added together. Isn't that right? You're just going to use your calculator, guys. Nothing fancy here. The first one is going to be 20. The second one is going to be 50. And that's k squared. And then k squared equals 70. Sorry? It says... Ugh, did we make a mistake here? Sorry? Oh, it's just k. Yeah, that's where I made a mistake. Root k by squared is just k. So, that's what we have here. Just k equals 70. Is everybody alright with that? Okay. That's us now, yeah? Okay, that's us.